Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Ott here with another letter video. So I'm going to start by reading some sentences and I want to see if you can figure out what sound I'm saying over and over and over. Are you ready? The first sentence is Pat Pam's pigs. Pat Pam's pigs. Can you imagine little pigs walking around and you pat them? Pat Pam's pigs. Okay, here's the next sentence. Patsy picked Peter's purple pants. Patsy picked Peter's purple pants. Can you say that? Can you say it fast? Patsy picked Peter's purple pants. I can't say it fast without reading it. So what sound do you hear over and over and over? P. Now, a lot of you are going to want to say P. No, that's not the sound we hear. It's P. And we do hear P when it's with other letters, but just on its own, we hear P. So our lips are coming together, P, and we're blowing air past. This is the letter P. Something that starts with the letter P is a pig. Pig. So this is capital P. So we start at the top, go straight down, come all the way back up, make a little loop, and this is lowercase p. So we start here, go all the way down, come all the way back up to the top and around. So uppercase P, lowercase p. All right, so let's think about how we make that sound again. Put your hand on your throat. Now, if you can feel something, you're saying it wrong. If you're saying p, nope. P. Should be almost silent because it's an unvoiced letter. Okay, so we can have, there's pig that starts with P, purple starts with P, kind of like the sand that we're about to use. Peony, which is a flower. Play, all of those things start with P. I want you to see if you can find 2 or 3 things around you right now that start with P. Can you find them? Okay, let's talk about where P is in our alphabet. Okay, let's start here. A, B, C, D. Are you saying it with me? E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There's P. It's right after O and right before Q. So it's about in the middle of the alphabet. Okay, so P says P. Okay, let's take a look at how we make the letter P. Okay, let's take a look at how to make the letter P. So we've got our sand here, and when you hear the sound P, you're going to write P says P. So notice how I started. Let's take a look again. Started about in the middle and I go straight down. Okay. And then I pick my finger up. I go back to where I started and I do a little frog jump here. And now I've got the letter P. And then when I make the sound P, I draw my line. Now I'm not drawing my line underneath because that's not where lowercase p sits on the line. It goes straight through there. Dust and shake. Let me show you one more time. Ready? P says P. Okay. Now it's time to make the letter P on our paper. Oh, paper is something that starts with the P sound. So make sure that your name is at the top. Put your crown down. And let's take a look at the letter P. So we've got our house here. Our P starts on the ceiling of our house and goes all the way down past the floor into the basement. Okay, so this is one of our basement letters. It goes all the way into the basement. And then it stops at the floor of the basement. And then we pick our finger up, come almost all the way to the top, and do a little frog jump here. So we start here, we touch the ceiling, down through, touch the floor, and come up back to our original line. So let's put our screen over our letter. Make sure that you're using your other hand to hold down the screen and your paper, and put your finger on the starting point. As we trace, we say P says P. Ready? P says P. P says P. P says P. Okay, put your screen under your paper. Okay, make sure your screen is under where you're about to write. Hold your screen and your paper down with your other hand. Put your crayon on your starting point, and let's write. As we're drawing, we are saying P says P. Ready? P says P. Again. P says P. One more time. P says P. Okay, put your crayon down. Take your finger, put it on your starting point, and trace with me again. P says P. P says P. P says P. Okay, make sure your screen is underneath your dotted P, and you're going to trace. P says P. Okay, now it's time for you to do it on your own. So as you're writing, you're thinking about where your starting point is. So would I start up here? No. Do I start down here? No, I start right on the dotted line. Okay, and then where am I headed? Look at where you're headed. You are going all the way straight down. P says P. So then I come back up here. I touch the ceiling, go down and around, touch the floor, come back to the line. Okay? So be the boss of you. Make sure that you get at least 2 in. I started mine a little too far over to the right. P says P. Okay? So now I've drawn my 2 larger P's up here. I'm going to go down here to draw my other P's. Ready? P says P. P says P. P says P. And then we continue. P says P. And make sure you're going slow enough to where your P's look beautiful. We like to look at beautiful things, nice and neat things, okay? So go ahead and fill up the rest of the line. I bet you can fit, you think you can fit 5 P's on there? I bet you can. Now another thing that starts with P is the Polar Express. So I'm going to be reading that book to you today. So make sure that you look at our Google Classroom for that book. All right, great job today. You all are doing a great job with your work. I'm so proud. You all have done a great job with your assessments last week. And I just hope that you all have a great last week before winter break.